Hi there, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Catherine. I'm working on another journal. You must have found me by searching for junk journal makers. And I like to think of them as art, but the search engine junk journal will find it faster. So who am I to argue? So we are still working on this beautiful little journal. It's made from a book from 1876 with a little Christmas girl on the front. And these have been in the press for a little while, but I got them out. I want to work a bit on them, and then they'll go back in for the night. Now, will that fit, or is that too big? I may have to find a smaller envelope. The card fit. The card's in here. Where is it? Let me show you. The card is in. There's the card. There's the cute little card. Isn't that pretty? Here, let me lift it up. I apologize if there's shadows. It is late for me to be recording. Honestly, it's late and it's dark. So I need a light. So if there are shadows, nothing I can do. But I finished working on our little journaling board. Now, the thing about a journaling board is at least one side needs to be smooth. And I opted for both sides to be smooth. So, and the reason they have to be able to flip upside down is depending on the side that you want it to go in, you need your picture to be upright. So this one is a little pencil sketch, probably of a father and child, grandfather and child, uncle and child, neighbor and child, who knows, who have gone out and chopped down their tree, and there's the house I suspect that they're heading back to. And then on this side is a stained glass window in sort of sepia tones of the wise men visiting the Holy Family. So depending on what side the new owner is in the mood for, will determine what lace and what picture shows. I think they're both pretty. I like the green, but I also like the plain one. So, you know what? Whatever floats your boat. Now, I have some pages that I want to just fold in half, and I'm hoping that they don't crack. And if they seem cracky, then we will do what we've got to do in order to keep them strong and safe. So I wasn't sure whether to save this one or not. I'm going to put it aside because, as I said, the topics, although the book apparently is for children, it's from an era where, you know, we're not talking Caillou here. Or the Teletubbies. This is really serious stuff. Like there was an illustration of Abraham getting ready to sacrifice his son, and then there was Adam and Eve mourning over Abel's body, and oh my goodness. So we're doing what we can with what we've got. Now, these sides are, normally I leave them so that you know that they look like they were out of the book. And I'm tempted to just do that anyways. And let's see if they crack. Sometimes really old books, the paper is actually better quality, for example, than books that were printed during the wars and that, where they weren't using the funds for so much for publishing as they were for the war effort. So, in 1876, well, I'm sure there was a war going on somewhere. And sadly, there usually is a war, as we know all too well right now. There's wars going on everywhere, every day. Sadly, we can't seem to find a way to get along. So, let's put these in just like that. We're going to leave that raw side so you can tell that it got tore out of the original text block. And how many have I got? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right. Now, something else I did here off camera. Here, let me show you. This is the original first page. So I didn't mind that. Even though it's not Christmassy, it's still not... It's okay. I'm quite all right. Everything else is so Christmassy. And I feel like it's the only thing left that lets us know, because I covered it up here. I covered it up here. I'm not using the first page because instead I'm simply going to use I've made a little plaque out of the publication date that we're going to put in it. So I'm not using the first page. So I just thought, let's use this page. That way I'll put something Christmassy here. And it also is a journaling page. Now I can see here I'm going to need to add more glue. So let's just do that now, and you can see how I do that. I didn't want to take a chance that this page might crack with a fold, so I fortified it, and I didn't feel like fortifying it with washi tape, so I fortified it with glue and paper. And there we go. And I'm happy with that. So that can be a journaling spot now. And lots of rough, torn edges in this book, and I'm just eating it up. I really, really love, look at that. Look at that profile. Isn't that cool? Especially for a book that's not going to have lace on the edges of any of the pages. The lace will purely be the journaling board. So where's the one that said Peep of the Day? That's the one I want. Let's put you in here. I had such a hard time. I didn't realize what little Christmas music I had. Not a lot of hymnals. Old hymnals have Christmas hymns in them, like specifically the ones that we tend to sing nowadays. There were many stages through British history where various monarchs or rulers, such as Cromwell, felt that people were getting a little too celebratory over Christmas, and were actually trying their best to tone it down, ruling out celebrations of it. The acknowledgement of his birth, yes, but not hold on. I want to do it this way. Even to the point of, I forget which one, tried to ban plum puddings and mincemeat pies, and they found a way around that because he didn't. At the time, I think they were calling them crushes because it was shaped like a little cradle. And so they changed the shape of it, and then they didn't put meat in it so that it was just a mince tart. And that's the way they got around not breaking the new law. And same with the plum puddings. I forget what they did to try and get around the rule of no more plum puddings. And they found ways to still carry out their celebrations. So hence, I always come full circle. Hence, oh yeah, let's layer that. Hence why some, yeah, like that. Some hymn books don't have Christmas hymns, words and music. Other hymnals are simply words because depending on the tempo, I'm sure I'm not using the correct term and it's missing my mind. You can switch lyrics with traditional hymns with the music and they fit perfectly. The poetry of the lyrics will still fit with the music. The music will actually have its own name. And so they at one time could say the name of the music and then tell you what lyrics to turn to in your hymnal. And in that case, create a Christmas song, because the hymnal would be in the lyric, the Christmas song would be in, the Christmas hymn would be in the lyrics, and then they would tell you what music to put it with when you were singing. And most people knew the songs because they attended every week. And so there's your little lesson for the day on why sometimes you might have been wondering why don't I find a lot of Christmas songs in old hymnals. Oh yeah, see, I want to layer that. Let's leave you be and let's layer you over this. Let's put you there. And this is why we like to get our pages sorted out before we start sewing. There we go. And that makes number 5. I really like this yellow. So I'm going to turn it around. Mind you, I like the stains. Let's leave this one. We did the last one yellow. We'll leave this one stained. But I think it's going to be fine. To whoever may be the new owner of this, should it sell, if you find that these old papers they feel like they're coming loose, what you can do is take your glue and run a little bead along it and just glue it right to the next page. and make a whole new fold for it, and your page will be fine. It's not unlike what I did with the first page right here, or how in old books when you've found that they've glued in a color plate later on, they just glue it to by attaching it to a page. That's basically what you're doing. This I will not be able to use. This was the envelope that went with that card, but it is too big. So, oh yeah. Oh, I am so happy with this little book. It's a beaut in 1876. Wowie. I wonder what the... Let's do the math, but I'm not going... I don't math things. So, let's find on... I'm Googling over here calculator. Calculator. There we go. Okay. So 2023 minus 1876. And you brainiacs out there probably already know when you're yelling at your screen. Wowie, this beautiful little baby is 147 years old. Wow, that's a lot of Christmases this little book will have lived through. Isn't that an amazing way to look at it? Okay, so now what else was I going to do? Oh, one of these has a tiny little Christmas card in it, a little vintage one. Which one did I put it in? Not you. And then these are going to go back into the press for the night. And I'm going to go and get dinner started. This will not go into the press. Nope, it's not in you. It's not in you. What I'm going to do with this is leave this as it is, and the new owner, isn't that nice how it fit perfectly? The new owner will have the choice of running an X-Acto blade along the top of that, and that gives you 4 extra pages for journaling. Or the new owner could run a bead of glue along there, and that gives a pocket. Or do that on one side, and so on one side make 4 pages of journaling, and on the other side, on this side, make it a tuck spot. Options. It's nice to have options, and when I can, I like to leave it up to the new owner to... I thought I had an adorable little... Did I pass it and you saw it and you yelled out? Because it was a cute, tiny little vintage card with a little tree on it. Oh my goodness, I love these torn pages. Some of them have been torn using my homemade ruler. I didn't use my store-bought ruler. But some of them, especially like these green pages, I tore them just by hand and crossed my fingers that I got a mostly straight line. Nope, you're not in there. Well, are you in the first signature? Maybe I put you in the first signature. Oh, and I also love that. I just love how that went across. Let's come down a bit. Look at that. Oh, makes me happy. Nope. Are you inside this? Oh, for Pete's sake, it's right there. Isn't that the sweetest little card? Merry Christmas. I'm sure it was meant to tape to a present, but it's just perfect for in there. Is that the cutest? So it's just going in there like that. So these are ready to go back into the press. And hubby will be happy because that means I am ready to go and get dinner on. We're having an easy dinner. Anyhow, thanks for joining me today. I hope you're safe and sound and healthy and that your loved ones are too. And we will get together soon. I gotta go put these in Jessie the Pressy and go make go heat up the soup that I made because it was in the freezer, so I don't have to cook. I just have to heat up. That's the best way to cook, right? Yeah. We'll talk later. Bye.